you look around the league, there's a lot of teams, in the hunt. We're in the hunt. You sit here and you say, hey, Thanksgiving, and close to the end of November, and we're in the hunt. When you sit around that table tomorrow, you're saying we're in the hunt. And there's a lot of teams that wish they were in the hunt. Well, we're in the hunt.
This game was like running up to your dad when he's sitting in an easy chair reading the newspaper, and you say, Dad, look at this drawing I did. And he doesn't look away from his paper, but says, that's very nice, son. Like, if you didn't watch this game, it was really nice. But if you watched it, that drawing's a mess. Color out the lines. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
Here's how I was thinking about it on my drive home. And Greg, I think, well, Greg, you'll understand. Sean, you won't get this, but you'll see why. Is, when you go out the night before and you're at a bar with some friends, maybe having a few pops, and you drive home, even though probably you shouldn't, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, I'm a fucking idiot. I shouldn't have drove. I'm a piece of shit. I should have took an Uber. I don't know why, but I have that same feeling after this game where I'm like, God sucks. I hate it. I'm an idiot. I should have done something else.
Yeah, instead of watching the game.
Yeah, it's something. I just don't feel great. Why don't I feel good? This is the worst blowout that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's crazy that we won 35-0. We murdered two of their quarterbacks, and we're still like, we got to tighten some shit up.
Dude, it was bad. And this is one of those things. I know the second half looked a lot better, but man, the first 6 quarters of the season, not great on offense. And I guess if you count the second half, they played better, but something's off. And at what point do you start to worry? Is it right now? Are you like, hey, man, are you just getting that point where you're like, what's going on here? Or are you in full yo, what the fuck? Make some changes. Is it Daboll? I don't know.
No, I'm not there yet. The defense was really good. And that's great. The defense is getting better. I think that they're just out of sync. The offensive line's got some problems, and I don't think he is adjusting well to it.
It seemed like all training camp, all the beat reporters were like, dude, this offense is clicking on all cylinders. Everything's going good. If they play like this, they're picking up right where they left off. The Bills are a serious Super Bowl contender, and this offense is bad so far. And I know this is wild saying after
they scored 5 touchdowns.
Greg, but did it feel like it?
No, I started off the game saying if you didn't watch it, you were like, holy shit, 35-0. If you watched it, there'd be concerns. It didn't feel that bad. Scoring in the red zone is really tough. They're still good at that. That's super important because of shitty Trent Edwards, Ryan Fitzpatrick, whatever JP Lossman team didn't score in the red zone. And this team does. So that's good. They're not that bad.
Wow, Greg, the voice of reason and optimism.
Perfect. Well, it's not even, it's just the voice of what is going on. It's just a voice. There's no voice of. It's the voice. It's the voice you need.
I think there is a scary, when you see Josh Allen miss just a couple almost wide open people, that's when you're like, uh-oh. Immediately in my mind, you being a Bills fan, you're like, well, he's the new Ryan Fitzpatrick. He gets a big contract. He's not that good. We're fucked for the rest of eternity. Because there's a couple things there. The interception seemed a little weird and fluky, but there was just a couple passes where the people were open and it just kind of sailed on them a couple times.
Yeah. And I know it was raining, but yeah, it was some of those passes. It looks to the untrained eye, not mine.
The one that doesn't have the immediate access to the all-22.
Yeah, to the untrained eye, doesn't it look like he's never on a how can I say this? Have a perfect throwing motion. It looks like he's purposely getting himself to throw off his back foot, throw on the run. It's I don't know. It's his mechanics are he's I can do whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Because I didn't get a lot of sleep.
You just totally copped out of that fucking.
Yeah, you really. That's
Kyle just decided I don't want to do this podcast. I just bit off more than I can chew.
It looks like he is throwing off platform a lot and doesn't need to sometimes. It looks like he's making it harder on himself to like make a crazier throw.
Doing a little gunslinging, yeah.
It's like I said, I mean, Ken Dorsey's all right, but the new QB coach has to be Kyle Turner. He's noticing stuff. Even before we watch the All-22, he's noticing things.
Has anyone ever told him to not do that stuff?
Probably
That's
not.
what I want to know.
Yeah.
He needs tough love from Mr. Turner. Turner's tough love. That's the new segment on the In the Hunt cast here.
That's where I tell a guy what he needs to hear.
Yeah.
Phone him up.
Right.
I think there's a lot of things to talk about in this game. First of all,
we usually start with our boner of the game.
Okay.
Mine was the friggin' Moss like Rock'em Sock'em Ram touchdown where he's just like an indestructible force versus the immovable object, and he broke the guy's shoulder. That was pretty cool.
Yes, that was pretty amazing. For me, it's that Diggs catch, the jump up and get it catch. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Kyle's probably a special teams play. So.
Yeah, knowing Kyle.
Lee Smith just made a catch in Atlanta, so I'm gonna just go with that. I'm gonna go with a guy who's maybe never had a boner, and it's boner play of the game. I just shortened it to boner. He's probably had a boner at some point, I assume.
I thought you were talking about our kicker then.
I'm gonna give it to the Dawson Knox touchdown. I thought that was a pretty nice catch.
Yeah,
for Knoxy boy.
Nice. Lee Smith is in Atlanta, because if so, he did catch a ball for 9 yards today.
Hell yeah. Speaking of Dawson Knox, here is a positive. I know we just won 35-0, but here is a positive. A lot of the players that I feel like we went into the season being like, this is our make or break it year for them, have looked good so far. Ed Oliver's looked good. Singletary's looked good. Knox has looked pretty good. Cody Ford has looked like one of the better offensive linemen so far. So there's a lot to like there.
Hey, when did you start watching the All-22 with these hot takes?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm the new Kyle. Kyle came to me and he gave me tough love and said I need to watch more of the tape, and I did. So
yeah.
But here's some fun stuff I want to talk about. Number one is let the players taunt. Bring back taunting.
Yeah.
What's this that you can't? I get that that's the rule, but come on, let them taunt. That makes the game fun. I want to see celebrations. I want to see taunting. I'd watch taunting. I'd watch just a league of taunting.
That might be a league where they just come up with the best taunts.
Yeah.
You know, some guy starts with like the old WWF suck it, you know, and then some guy fucking,
I know the suck it.
Something else.
What was his name? X Factor?
X-Pac.
X-Pac.
It was D-Generation X. It was Triple H, Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, Road Dogg.
I can't believe I knew that.
Badass Billy Gunn. Sorry.
Wow, real nerd there.
It was a big time in my life. Man.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you all agreed with that. Here's another thing. Singletary loves fumbling along the sideline. It's his favorite thing. I don't know that there's someone who loves something more than that.
Find a man that will look at you the way Devin Singletary looks at fumbles on the side. Isn't that a meme?
I imagine him getting yelled at, and he's like, every time he's like, but it can go out of bounds out there. So it's so much more safe. Just have me run over there.
You know, when Moss fucked up, Singletary was like, yes. Thank God.
I'm speaking of those two real fast. I love seeing Bill's Twitter as I go through the trough of Bill's tweets trying to pick the tweet of the game.
Yeah.
How many people love, hate, back and forth on both of these guys?
Yeah.
Singletary's in there. He's having a great game. People are like, Moss stinks. He sucks. Get him off the team. And then Moss comes in. He scores 2 touchdowns, has the fumble, and everyone's like, cut him immediately. We don't need this guy. Then he has 2 touchdowns. People are like, man, I think we should get Moss more involved. He's more of the bruiser. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys, pick us. Stop. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just tweet out. I guess this isn't just in the world in general. You can't just tweet out every fucking thing. Give it a second to set in.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, that's a good segue to your tweet of the game.
Okay. Tweet of the game. Let me
Now
pull
I
it up.
will.
was
Now I
not
will
ready.
support people who tweet during the game. Says Kyle, the hypocrite.
Okay, so this one is David L. It's at BC_bound. I wonder what BC means. Bound. BC, British Columbia bound, maybe.
BC bound.
Okay. He tweeted, okay. Started with okay, period. Okay, period. The Bills punter, Hawk, which is it Hauck?
It's
Or is
two ways.
Okay, so he spelled Hawk wrong. The punter Hawk takes a ponderous, uncomfortable, leisurely, and dawdling.
What the fuck is going on?
Dawdling. I'm just reading it. Dawdling.
Why did we make Kyle reading a segment?
Okay, how do you pronounce this? DAWDLING.
DAWD.
Yeah,
Dawdling.
exactly. So what the fuck is dawdling? I said it correctly.
It's like taking your time, kind of like
All right.
moseying.
And dawdling amount of time to kick the ball. Late in season and playoffs, Bills cannot having that as it has nothing to do with offense or defense can cost the Bills. Figure that out ASAP. Hashtag Bills Mafia. That's rough. Okay. Run that through some kind of, put it in Microsoft Word and get the underline. But this guy's complaining about the punter. The punter.
Well, because the punter,
he sucks. But this guy's
got blocked
worried
last
about
week.
the punter taking his time. And this guy's already like, that's going to cost us in the playoffs. This guy just skipped ahead 16 weeks and said this is going to cost us in the playoffs.
That's some real Kyle shit right there. That's something you would do.
This guy's also not mad that the punter sucks. He just wants him to hustle.
Just hurry up and suck. That's all he wants. Just hurry up and suck.
Hey, if you're gonna suck, make it fast.
Let's
buddy.
go. You're on my time here.
That's what fans of our podcast say.
That's right. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like going to open mic comedy. Just, dude, I know you're gonna suck. Just make it 3 minutes, please. I can't believe you didn't mention all of my tweets on Matt Millen and how bad the announcing was. For
I was just going to bring that up. That was
was fucking atrocious. Like, how does anyone in charge of television watch him? And this isn't like the first game. It's just the first Bills game we've gotten him in a while. He's just useless. He's just a useless human being.
And it goes back to my, a couple years ago, defense of Joe Buck. I get it. People don't like him, but he's competent. And once you get down the ledger there of the fourth team at Fox, it's real bad.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference with, like, Joe Buck is the announcer. You can set the stage and you can just, you're not supposed to say a lot. The color commentator needs to add something to the broadcast. And like, he just doesn't add anything. Just ruin the Lions. And someone said, oh, that's good enough. Like, let's have him announce games forever unchecked. He's brutal. I've never seen Twitter so like against an announcer than
that guy was a bad GM. You know what he would make? Good announcer.
And and especially the highlights that we were winning, and it's not like we were just randomly pissed at everything going on because we were losing. We were winning and still noticed this guy was pretty terrible.
Yeah, he's brutal. That made that game would have been better had he not. Like, I think Bills fans would be a little more optimistic if Matt Millen wasn't talking about their team.
Yeah, I think it was probably a combination of, had the Bills, I know this is so dumb to say, but had the Bills won in a more convincing fashion, had Josh Allen really ripped it up, I can't, you know what I'm saying. If people are listening to this for the first time and they're going, this Kyle kid's an idiot, you're right. Yeah. But and I know that wasn't the most convincing win. That's all I'm saying is, if you watch that and you feel way better about the team than you did after week 1, you're a fucking loser.
I'm a fucking loser. I feel way better. The Dolphins went 0 for 4 on 4th down. Like, that fucking defense killed them. But destroyed them. They could do nothing against them.
I'm not talking about the defense.
That's the
defense is playing light out. The
It's
offense.
a third of the team. It's defense, offense, and special teams.
Yeah.
Don't you dare tell me special teams is a third of the game.
Got him.
I feel great about the defense. I think the defense is playing lights out, and that's including week 1. The offense is struggling despite putting up 35 points, which is misleading. We all agree. I just want it to be more efficient.
I would like before we play Kansas City in the next 2 weeks to have a Josh Allen game of last year.
Yes. That's all we're waiting for. That's all I'm waiting for. I just want that.
That's fair.
I want a Josh where he is, where, at halftime, he has 250 yards passing at halftime. He didn't even break 200. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get it. I have a couple fun news things, but I want to know.
I forgot they scored 5 touchdowns.
That's true. That's good.
It didn't happen. They're going to take 3 away.
I have 2 fun news things, but did you guys have anything you wanted to talk about still on the game before?
AJ Epineza was just a force. That was kind of cool to watch.
Yeah.
Rousseau looked good. I do try and watch that defensive line because they'd be interesting. And I think Star Lotulelei adds a lot to it, but they just looked really good. I know Miami is not, the Chiefs, but that was cool to see.
Yeah, that D line was getting there.
Yeah.
It looks way better than last year. The defensive line seems to be getting pressure a lot more. The one thing I wanted to bring up is Cole Beasley missing a tooth?
He always has one.
He has a missing tooth?
Yeah, he has a missing tooth, and he like hockey players do, they'll put it in, but they're not going to have it during games. So he's always been missing a tooth, I think.
I did not know that.
It's either that or his mouthpiece makes it look like it, but I've noticed before.
I've never
I'm
seen
Googling
a
Cole Beasley
tooth.
tooth. Yeah. When you Google Cole Beasley tooth, the first thing that comes up on BuffaloFanatics.com is what's with Cole Beasley's mouth. Something about mouth trauma. Yeah, he's missing a tooth.
All right.
So he must have an insert for when he's not playing.
That's the first time I saw it, and I just wanted to know if it was COVID related.
No. Actually, he got the vaccine and his tooth fell out immediately. And his ball swelled up. So don't do it. Don't get jabbed.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the 2 quick news items I want to bring up. One is, speaking of, Greg, great segue. Vaccines required for all home games. You guys were talking about last episode how no one was wearing masks. It was bad. It probably almost directly led to this mandate, which was, probably would have come, I guess, regardless. But
no, because people didn't wear masks. I think it came about. It was almost like the county, or I don't know if it's state or county. I think it's the county. It was almost like the county said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give them the honor system. And if they all wear masks, then the problem is solved. Not a single person wore a mask. So they had to do it. It was almost like they set them up for it. Like the county set up fans for that.
And, or someone in the Erie County government listens to the podcast and they're like, fans are doing what now? And
there were 6 people at every exit. They were watching to see if people were wearing masks. I really
Greg, just pretend we have listeners. God damn it.
We don't. You have the stats. You have the stats.
You know what? Don't. They're not bad, and they're not bad.
Oh, good. Sweeto, by the way, to everyone.
No new Patreons anytime recently.
No, I wouldn't.
We got to really convince people this season that we're good.
It's true. Well, you know what? I think this vaccine thing pretty fun. Anyone that makes those people mad that just is fun to me.
Yeah, right after we ask for Patreons, make sure you divide our audience in half.
Sorry that we're liberal cucks.
Well,
hey man, I'll take the vaccine every Monday if they want to give it to me. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care.
You don't get free cookies like when you give blood. That's not, you don't get juice and cookies.
But so
the other news item was the Lee Smith catch, 1 catch for 9 yards.
Yes, that was course was one of them. And the other that I think this is super fun. We're getting our first in-season Hard Knocks with the Colts starting in November.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
I have HBO.
Yeah.
For the first time in my life, I have HBO.
Yeah.
It's going to be really funny because the Colts are bad.
Were they terrible? They lost to the Rams today, was it?
Yeah, but it was close.
To the Rams.
Yeah, I thought it was close.
Yeah, but they're bad. They're 0-2. That's bad. That's the same thing. I only watched the box score. They're bad.
If this is your first time listening to the podcast, we call him Kyle Matt Millen Turner.
Who did they lose to last week?
Eagles?
Eagles?
No.
That doesn't sound right. I don't think the Eagles won.
I don't know, but they lost.
Carson
Wentz sucks.
Sorry to like blow up the podcast by asking that question.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Josh
they
Allen.
only
Same
lost
guy.
by 3
But
points.
you know
Okay.
what? People who have listened to the Patreon have known that we did a gambling episode with Louie, and one of our prop bets was the over on the Panthers, who are now 2-0 after pretty much routing the New Orleans Saints.
We got 4 more wins to go, was it? Was it 6 or 5 more
I think it
wins?
was.
I got it written down here. It was Panthers over 7.5. So they got to get 6 more wins.
That ain't bad.
AC under 12.5. Oh, no, it was to choose between those.
Yeah,
So we need Cole Beasley under 795. Did we choose that?
we did.
Oh, that's in good shape right now, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot. And our Josh Allen, did we do under 8?
No, we did. I got it where we don't people don't even know what we're talking about.
We gave Louis, if you subscribe to our
Yeah.
Patreon, we give this degenerate idiot who wears sweatpants to church
Yeah.
$100 of our own money to gamble, like for real. We gave him our actual money. We have none whatsoever. We give it to him and he just goes and does a line of Coke and then just places these bets in the, I don't know, upstairs at Casa de Pizza or something. And then
Oh, fuck this
keep rolling it
happening.
over. I have no idea what that's like. That's if you listen, you would know that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I feel like we have this conversation every week about how dumb football is. But another week we prove it. The Saints destroy the Packers
Mm.
and then come out and just shit the bed this week
Yeah.
against the Panthers.
Yeah.
And Sam, and it's just one of those things where you're like, who do I believe here? What do I believe?
It is the NFL. That's every year. Like the Steelers lost. Like this was a really good week. Like
The
Oh,
Steelers
by the-
lost to the Raiders.
So great that the Steelers remember, as I say, fuck the Steelers. That made me so happy.
Mhm.
Also, I thought for a second that we were going to get a Nathan Peterman segment because Marcus Mariota went on IR. Nathan
Mhm.
Peterman's the top backup, and Derek Carr went down.
Yeah.
And it looked bad for a little bit. And I was like, I sat up. Like, I was like, I don't want to watch the Bills game anymore. I only want to watch the Raiders game. Thank you. And then Derek Carr came back out. But man, was I excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
I would love that.
If Nathan Peterman beat the Steelers, are you kidding me? Sean would send him nudes, you know?
How do you know I haven't already? Okay, let's get into the question game, which we do every episode. Before the question game, we always have the blurb from Thomas Mulcahy. His blurb this week is, yes, Greg, I was out of reception all week because I was building a pavilion on top of a mountain in your national park system so you can better enjoy our nation's splendor. You're welcome. And between me and Kyle, I think we know who the real hero is.
Whoa. Does he work for the National Park System?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Like I love him for that. I love our national parks. I want to visit all of them. And now I have an in. So now when I go to a national park, I don't have to pay the $7 admission.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And
Here.
it's in like a courtesy envelope. So you really don't have to unless you like feel guilty. So I always pay, Thomas.
This guy works for the National Park System,
Yeah.
and you're ready to blow him.
Yes.
I serve in the country, and you call me a piece of shit.
Well,
Sir,
I know you better. Like Thomas
Yeah.
might be a piece of shit if I get to know him. I respect.
How do we know the park wanted the gazebo or whatever it is?
It's really gaudy.
It's just going to be filled with
trash.
trash up there. People are going to piss on it, and kids are going to litter. They're going to graffiti penises, and they're going to put, whatever. They're going to call this number for a good time. They're going to put, some kid's mom's number.
It's essentially just a big penis canvas, this pavilion in this national park. No, I love the parks. I love the new park pavilion. I'm happy about it.
The jersey on the line today is Jacob Hollister. Didn't make the team, plays for the Jaguars.
He did make our
now.
hearts.
Yeah, but he did make Kyle's hearts, who, of course, as I said last week, he thought he was going to be the starting tight end by halfway through the season.
Mhm.
We go back to traditional. I got 3 regular questions here, a tiebreaker if necessary. Question 1.
Feeling good.
We'll start with Greg because he's feeling good. Greg, what number is higher, Bills points last year versus the Dolphins or episodes of Miami Vice?
Oh, okay. So Miami Vice didn't run a ton. Points against the Dolphins last year probably was somewhere around like, it had to be at least 80. I'm going to go with points against the Dolphins last year.
And points against the Dolphins. Kyle, what do you say?
I have no idea how long Miami Vice was on. I'm gonna go with Greg here because I think not that he answered. I mean, the one game was 56, and I think the other game was close.
Yeah.
But I think it was a high score. I think it was like 27-24.
Yeah. But Don Johnson got big and like he bailed on Miami Vice. He was like doing terrible movies. So yeah.
So I guess I'll go points against the Dolphins.
Well, you're both wrong.
Oh, jeez.
I did convince Kyle though, so I won that round. Yeah.
Your episodes of Miami Vice come in at 112, and you guys were both pretty close on the Bills points against the Dolphins last year, 87.
Okay.
Question number 2. What happened first? What event happened first? Was it Terrence McGahee was drafted by the Bills or the movie Miami Vice was released?
I got this one. Kyle goes first, and I got this one.
Kyle, you go first. Terrence McGahee. I'm sorry, Terrence
McGee.
Sorry, Terrence McGee. Terrence McGee was drafted by the Bills or the movie Miami Vice was released. What happened first?
McGee.
Going McGee. Greg.
Fuck. It's McGee. Miami Vice came out. McGee, I think, was 2000. Miami Vice might have been 2002.
Kind of close, but you're both right. The Bills drafted McGee in 2003, and Miami Vice came out in 2006.
Okay.
So
Jamie Foxx?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was in it.
Yeah.
And, don't tell me. He's in Minority Report. Yeah, one of the Collins. Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Okay. Yeah, Farrell. He's a piece of shit. He's not good in anything.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
I don't like his accent.
I like Colin Farrell.
I didn't know he had an accent.
I like the one with the guy. He's on the ledge. Man on the ledge.
That was
phone booth or
that was
something?
Matrix. He's not on a ledge. He's in a phone booth.
He's in a phone booth. Yes.
Movie. The whole premise of the movie was like they wrote it back before like cell phones were a thing,
right?
And then like cell phones came out. It was like, oh, it doesn't work. Like,
wait
fuck
a
you.
minute.
Like rewrite the movie because he's in a payphone.
Hold on.
Phone booth. He's in a phone booth.
No, we gotta wait for Kyle to Google.
No, I'm not waiting and read. We are not.
I wrong. By the way, I mixed up. I mixed up the movies here, but there is a movie, Man on a Ledge.
Yes,
and it takes place on a ledge.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyways, phone booth. I think I saw that in the theaters when I was a teenager.
You can't get high before a podcast anymore.
I'm not high today.
Oh, Jesus.
Midway through the game, can we take a small break? I want to apologize for last week. I don't remember recording. I texted them the next morning on Monday, and I said, I honestly had no idea we recorded the podcast.
He said this week, we're going into this podcast, we're getting recorded. He's like, oh yeah, we got to do keys of the game. We haven't done them. And it's like, you gave a key to the game last week, and it actually worked.
Yeah.
It was to mess up Tua Tagovailoa, and so he got knocked out of the game, and he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So
and also
trying to work.
You high was not bad. You were more. I mean, it's better than you normal.
I feel like after re-listening and being like, man, I hope Sean didn't have to edit too many words out there. But I was like, I functioned pretty well for not knowing anything.
Yeah. All right. Question number 3. We start with Greg. I think this is just a legit. Oh, what is this?
We're 1-1.
Okay. I think this is a legit like trivia question here. Miami Vice was directed. I know. I go for it. This is
Miami,
like
I get it. I just understood. I literally just got why Miami Vice is a topic here. It just hit me.
Yeah. And to be fair, this is probably like the 500th question I've ran. We play the Dolphins a lot. It's it weighs on me. Miami Vice was directed by the great Michael Mann. His most famous movie was from 1995 and shares the name of a sports team in what league? Is it the NBA, NHL, or MLB? his most famous movie came out in 1995. The name of that movie is the same as a sports team in what league? Is it the NBA, the NHL, or the MLB? Tough question. A good legit trivia question. I could tell you're both deep in thought, so I'm going to talk a little longer to see if you need the extra time. Greg, does anything jump out at you?
So I'm trying to think of like a team name that would be like some kind of natural disaster. Like my first thought, this is not my answer, is like the Colorado Avalanche, because like that would be something that happened. That's bad. So, the NBA. That is my guess.
Oh, okay. Going to the NBA. Kyle.
I can say the team if we need a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Well, there's not going to be one because I'll pick MLB.
Okay.
My guess is like Miami Heat. Is it Miami Heat?
Yep. It's Heat.
I didn't know it, but I guessed it. Like that sounds like a movie title, Miami Heat.
Well done. You've never seen Heat?
I did. Yeah. I mean,
so I thought it had to be called Miami Heat.
Well,
I've seen Heat.
The full name was the name of a professional baseball or basketball team that had nothing to do with it.
Well, Greg, congratulations. Just for the hell of it, my tiebreaker was Jacob Hollister had how many yards in week 1? Any guesses?
2.
3.
0. He was inactive.
Damn it, I didn't price this right.
Greg, congrats on winning the Jacob Hollister jersey. And now, of course, everyone's favorite part of the podcast. We got a preview next week. We're playing the Washington football team. No Fitz, which sucks because, I guess it could be good because a better chance we win. But you always he would have got a nice hometown applause, I feel like, at the stadium. Yeah. Washington, as you know, they'll play Thursday night. They have a couple extra days to prepare. So that could factor into Kyle's key of the game here. Kyle, Bills 1-1. Washington, I believe, is 1-1 as well. What do we have to do to beat them at home this Sunday?
Here's what you got to do. And we're going to need Terry and Kim on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, it's about time they start pulling their weight. So
yes. So they're going to be talking to, everyone knows Daniel Snyder.
Yeah.
Owner of the Washington football
team. No one
team.
likes him.
No one likes that guy.
Yeah.
So, they're going to be talking about owner stuff, billionaire stuff, child slaves, sex slave islands, blood diamonds, whatever billionaires talk about,
right.
I mean, I'd pay 2 of the 3 for sure.
How little could we pay kids to make jeans? Let's have a powwow.
They openly just talk about how much they hate the environment. They're like, doesn't this air suck? I can't wait to burn more fuels.
Who wants to go bludgeon storks?
So, they're going to be talking to him, whatever. And here's what they got to do. At the end of the conversation, right? Because Washington football team is now picking a new team name, right? Mm-hmm. Terry and Kim at the end, they go, all right, hey, good luck today. Good team. Heineke, Fitzpatrick, just name players on their team. Mm-hmm. And then they lean and they go, hey, just between you and me, I like the old name. And then they back off. And then they walk away. And he is so immediately, because he's like, I wonder if I could still name him the old name. And he right then and there is going to be like, that's all I needed. He's going to put out a press release before the game, change all the jerseys back, and then they're going to get canceled before they go out, and they won't even be able to play the game, and it won't matter. So the Bills will win by default or whatever.
This is the most possible Kyle key to the game. Because I do think he wants to rename the team what the team was named.
Yeah.
So I would say of all the keys to the games Kyle has done, this is the one that can happen.
It's going to be, listen, I don't think Terry and Kim got to do rock, paper, scissors over who has to actually say the name and suggest it. But I think we all know it's going to be Terry.
Well, I think a pretty good key to the game. I like it. I think originally at the beginning of the year, I was kind of worried about this game because Fitz beating us at home, that seems about right for Buffalo sports. But without him, I think the Bills I think the Bills kind of roll. I mean, Washington has a good D, but I think the Greg's dogs agree that the offense finds their footing a little bit. Maybe not the game we want to see yet, but I'm going to say 28-10 Bills.
Oof. I don't like it.
They're going to kill them. 3 touchdown margin. They beat the fucking Giants. Like, no.
It's true.
They're going to be dog shit. They're going to kill Heineken, whatever his name is. Although I liked him in the playoffs last year, but still, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a fun story.
Yeah, and I think the offense will they might not like get it because Washington's got a good D, but they'll work out some of the kinks. I think it'll take a little bit.
Yeah, that's what scares me the most is Washington has a very good defense and the offense is kind of shit. It's like we've played the exact same team 3 weeks in a row. You know, they've all had like very mediocre offensives and really good defenses.
So they should be used to it.
Tell Josh Allen. And
you're talking about the Josh Allen that led 5 touchdown drives today. Is that the one? Should I talk to him?
I'm talking about the Josh Allen that had a 51% completion percentage and couldn't even throw for 200 yards.
He didn't have to. The defense gave him those tiny short fields.
Well, then why'd he try?
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Now we have something to talk to him about. Yeah. All right, that's it.
Didn't even give my prediction.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I think it's going to be tough. I hope the offense fix their bridges, and I just don't see it happening this week. Maybe against Houston, who is looking way better than anyone thought. But I think there's going to be a tough one to get the offense on track. Luckily, the defense playing lights out, good pressure. Heineke, small, XFL, whatever he does, fun story, cool thing. The coach, everything. Thomas, what's his name? Logan Thomas used to be on our team. Now he's on their team. He's their best tight end. I don't fucking know. He's 29 years old.
What are you talking about? What's your score?
Are you still reading that one tweet?
Yes. Logan Thomas is on the Redskins.
Yeah, we know
what
on the Bills. Yeah, we got it. What's your score?
49-10, Washington.
That's not the team name.
Okay.
Heineke is going to rush for 75 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then so all the Bills fans will go, yeah, but I mean, we didn't even have film on him running.
Why do they sound like that?
Have you ever talked to one?
Yes, I did extensively for a couple
did
of
you
decades.
have you ever seen the game at a bar? That's how most people talk. Oh, I watched the Bills play when I was
Sorry, I don't watch the game with Louis, so I don't have as much experience with that as you.
I watched the game with my nephew. That's how he talks. He's 8. I don't know.
Good. I want to meet him.
Well, our final credits here. As a reminder, sign up for the Patreon. We could use more Patreons. And very quickly, we got great tiers. $1 a month, you get a Greg Bout blog every week.
That's a quarter a blog. Or
yeah,
less.
that ain't nothing. And $3 a month, you get an extra episode from us a month. $6 a month, you get 2 extra episodes.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's a great deal. And you get all the backlog. There's so much backlog there now.
Go ahead.
The blogs are good because Kyle can't interrupt me. I swear to God, that's what I was going to say.
That's awesome.
I think our Buffalo Bill, the man, documentary recap is worth the cost of admission for a year of Patreon.
You sign up for the Patreon for a month. Listen to that.
Yeah.
And you can cancel right after you listen to it. I don't give a shit. You won't.
Preferably don't. But
yeah. And then remember, one of our highest tiers, if you want to give us $20 a month, Kyle will make you a Bills Dough, and you'll get a Greg Buck segment.
Yeah, your own personalized highlight. I'm still against the Bills Dough. We do it, but I'm against it. I have to say that every time.
And if all that is too much for you, tell a friend. Go to iTunes, leave a review. That helps. To get us
also,
out there.
I would like to promote Sean's special recording at Helium Comedy Club. I don't know the date, so you talk.
October 17th.
Yeah,
October 17th. Our friend Sean Murphy is filming his stand-up comedy, very first ever stand-up comedy special. And if you're an In the Hunter, you get a free ticket. I don't fucking know. Can that happen?
Wait a second.
I don't know if that's true. I just said it. I'm sorry. Did I ruin everything? I just said it.
I'm laughing because Kyle doesn't remember me plugging this for like 10 minutes last week.
Yeah. Well, we have to plug it every week. What if we get one or two new listeners?
I just didn't think you remembered me doing this last week.
I swear to God, I promise you, I don't remember you doing it.
That's awesome.
Listen,
I thought I was like breaking ground here. I was like, I'm going to be the first one to talk.
I don't know that we could give any free tickets out because I desperately need the money, but we do have ideas coming for the Patrons that
Maybe
that we
to
wanna
the
do.
Patreon. Maybe if you're a Patreon guy and you want to come, you get 2 comps. I mean, this is something we could talk about off the pod.
Yeah, you're kind of dumping this on my lap right now, but yeah, maybe that's a possibility.
One of the Patreon episodes is we're going to record Sean's special, and then Kyle and I are going to critique it. Like, I would have gone with a different catch there. Yeah, I would tag that differently.
That would hurt. That would hurt my feelings. Okay, yeah. So those are all the things, and that's it, right? Go Bills. We won 35-0. We're all in a good mood.
Sweeto.
Speak for yourself.
All right. I will.
I will. Okay.
Bye.
The Bills won.